her campaign. Because a lot of people had a lot of nerve talking about how she ran a horrible campaign. That's how I know you just don't like black women. Like I said last time, everything we do irks you. People said that she ran a horrible campaign, that her platform was trash. First of all, this woman came in with only 107 days to run a campaign that typically you would run over a year. She raised $1 billion in 107 days. Okay? This lady was packing out stadiums. The momentum was undeniable. Anybody saying otherwise is a freaking liar. And her platform, tell me, let's go through some of her platform, because I need to know what was so bad about this platform. First of all, she was talking about giving $25,000 as a down payment assistance for first-time homebuyers. She was also going to be giving a more generous support for first-generation homebuyers, aka people whose parents never owned a home. So if you were a first-time homebuyer, you would have gotten $25,000 under her plan. If you were a first-time homebuyer who was a first-generation homebuyer, your parents never owned a house, you would have gotten even more assistance. I would have loved $25,000 to go try and buy a house right now, please. Okay, she also promised to build 3 million new affordable homes and rental units, because that's one of the issues with the housing crisis. We don't have enough houses. She also wanted to give tax incentives for house builders, for home builders. She also wanted to ban price gouging on groceries and food. Yeah, the way these prices are going up every single day at the grocery store, because we got to tariff everything at 100% because China. She was going to ban price gouging. She was going to give new parents with a baby $6,000 for the first year of that baby's life. $3,600 for children aged 5 and younger over that first year. $3,000 for children 5 years and older. You mean to tell me you don't think new parents could really use that $6,000 for that brand? Imagine. That's clothes, that's diapers, that's a crib, that's a car seat. And if you have older children, you're still getting paid for them too. She wanted to make sure that companies paid their fair share. The corporate tax rate, she wanted to increase the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%. Imagine what that extra 7% would have done for this country. A move that was projected to generate $1.4 trillion over the next decade. But instead, that $1.4 trillion is just going to stay in rich people's pockets. We're going to get more private jets and yachts that none of us can get on. Yeah. She wanted to close tax loopholes that disproportionately benefit large corporations, ensuring that they contribute fairly to federal revenue. She wanted to make rich people pay their fair share on capital gains taxes. She supported raising the capital gains tax to 28% for individuals earning over $1 million annually, aligning it with the top ordinary income tax rate. So what we're paying, she wanted millionaires and billionaires to pay. She proposed a wealth tax, a minimum 25% tax on unrealized gains for individuals with a net worth exceeding $100 million. What does that mean? Unrealized gains, that means money that you made from investments that you haven't cashed out yet. They're unrealized, okay? You haven't cashed them out yet. Currently, rich people don't get taxed on that. They don't get taxed on that because they didn't cash it out. They only get taxed when they cash out. She was going to charge them 25% on that. She endorsed implementing a tax that ensures billionaires pay at least 25% of their income in taxes. And all of this was projected to raise $5 trillion over the next decade. But no, that $5 trillion is going to be going to private jets, private schools, and yachts. So what exactly about making the wealthy and corporations pay their fair share was a bad platform? She also wanted to pass the Equality Act, which would have given LGBTQ protections. Okay? She wanted to eliminate medical debt on credit reports. She wanted to deal with drug companies. Let's see, there was something. She wanted to cap an annual out-of-pocket cap. She wanted a $2,000 annual out-of-pocket cap for prescription drugs for all individuals. Joe Biden had already achieved this for seniors on Medicaid. He already achieved this, okay? And she wanted to expand it out to the regular, all of us, regular degulars, wouldn't be paying more than $2,000 a year for prescription drugs. Sorry, I was sorry about that. Joe Biden capped insulin at $35 a month for Medicaid recipients, and she wanted to expand that out to the rest of us. That was a bad platform? Anybody? She wanted to also, those are just a few of her platform premises. Are you telling me that y'all didn't want $25,000 for new homes? Y'all didn't want price gouging to be banned on food? Y'all didn't want newborns to get $6,000 in their first year of life for their parents? Those were bad. That wasn't good enough. And I'm not gonna, and I understand on the opposite side, yeah, she did have some there were some policies where she moved a little bit more right when she was trying to cater to the right. And I agree. That was one area where she fell short in her campaign when she tried to appeal to the right with Liz Cheney and talking about some, oh God, that, I'm going to make the most lethal fighting force, America, the most lethal fighting force in the world. I was like, girl, what are you saying? Why are you saying that? Who's asking for that? Who's asking for us to have the most lethal fighting force in the world? Yeah, okay, she shouldn't have said that. It was ridiculous. But one line with no specifics was more important than all of her platform where she really broke down what she was going to do for people and benefit the average middle class person. Let's get for real, guys. Like, anybody saying that her campaign wasn't good and that her platform was garbage, what either wasn't paying attention or is straight up lying. It's really that simple.